Peace and blessings. Thank you for joining us for episode 14. Thank you so much. We love you. I'm Jamar Lee alongside my brother.
I am Sophie D. Great.
And before we get to our special guest, who we just had a long conversation, so we're going to get into it. But before that, please like us on all social media networks. MixItUp.513 everywhere. MixItUp.513. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, Mix Space It Up 513. Again, YouTube, Mix Space It Up 513. That's where we upload everything. We upload all our content, everything. I'm sorry about last week. I was just fresh from vacation, but I'm back. So, our special guest, brother, please tell them about yourself.
Hey, my name is Zell. I go by Zelliano Da Vinci.
For sure.
I'm an artist / entertainer from the 513 itself.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into you later.
Ooh, my young bro. This is my young bro, y'all.
Yeah.
But before we get into you, dog, let's talk about these bullshit ass Bengals.
Man. So we just got the question. Are we back to being the Bungles now?
Yes. We never lost that
was
title.
quick.
Man, my honest opinion, man, I don't think they even came out. It didn't seem like they practiced all week. I'm so sorry. No, all summer, all spring.
No 2 days, no nothing.
None of that. Shoot, I assumed that I was thinking that with the new coaching that it would be a change. You feel me? Nah, the curse is still here.
Man.
The curse is still here with them.
Speaking about, let's quick work of that.
Yeah.
So, speaking about same things, my guy Vontaze.
Man, he need to retire.
Same thing. Went to a different team, already suspended for the year. Do y'all think
did they find him or anything?
I don't know if they find him. I'm pretty sure he will get one.
Yeah.
But is his career done?
Yes. I think so. Only because they have the replay. They have live action replay. And they can actually zoom in and pinpoint the dirty stuff that he does. Now, if this was like the 80s, where it was okay to be dirty and you can club somebody in the head and all that other stuff, cool. Like, he would work for then. But from the 90s on, it's a different type of game. And he hasn't adjusted with the time. He was kind of dirty in college, but
that was his knock on. That's why he didn't get drafted.
Right, he was a dirty player in college, but he's not like Sue, because Sue kind of changed.
Yeah,
Sue changed. He was like, okay, I'm losing too much money, my stock going down, and I still want to play this, that, and the third. So towards the later of his years, Sue changed. Perfect, like, he already has concussion after concussion. He's delivered all these hits. His body is wearing down because of these hits. There's no way. I don't think he can rebound. I think it's time for him to retire and do something else.
I feel like a team gonna pick him up just based off of a player he is. Now, for me, I think it would come down to the contingencies of an attitude change. You feel me? Because when he was with Lions, like, he was a bad boy. Like, he didn't care. I'm gonna play the way I want to play.
Right.
So I feel like the same way. Like, when he was with the Bengals, he was doing his thing. Sure, it hurt us, but it also helped at the same time. So with his suspension, hopefully this opens his mind up to like they ain't playing no joke. Like, they just put you out for a whole season, bro. They made you non-payable.
Yeah.
You can't get paid if you don't play. You feel me? It's simple as that. So hopefully that he gets this and he reflects on how he plays, man, and like, just think about your fellow man out there. Even though you playing it's still a sport. You're supposed to be for the love of the game.
Yeah.
So I personally think he's done in the NFL, at least for the next couple years. Like y'all kind of said, it kind of depends on his attitude change. But what I am thinking is that with him being out of the NFL, with the XFL coming around next year, where they say that they do allow that stuff,
but they don't allow helmet to helmet.
They won't allow the helmet to helmet, but they allow him to do some other stuff.
For sure. Like
that's a big name for the XFL
for
too,
sure.
So
like that the shoulder check that he did to Antonio Brown, which I don't think was illegal.
I don't think that was bad. That wasn't illegal.
I think that was a clean hit, all because Antonio Brown was going down and you can't let up. Like I think that was a clean hit.
I think he was letting up.
Yeah,
he wanted to. He could let AB up.
Right. And the crazy thing is that he looks bad because he doesn't even try to wrap up. If he was trying to wrap up anybody, I don't think it would look that bad. So if he just had his arms out, I think it would look more appealing. I mean, it'd still be a brutal hit, but it'll look more appealing to the latter, the people who don't like him. So it all depends, because he has a reputation because all he does is just throw his body around. I mean, the last person who did that was John Lynch, and people call John Lynch a dirty player, but he's one of the coolest guys ever. So it just all depends, because if he just threw his arms open, it's just like, okay, I'm sacrificing my body, but I'm not trying to kill you. That's just how it looks. Because Ray Lewis used to smack people, and all he did was throw his arms open. He wouldn't even rap. It was just his arms. Like,
I'm just straight shoulder.
Yeah.
Put you to the ground.
I'm throwing his shoulder into you, but I'm making it look pretty because my arms are open.
He a quarterback worst nightmare.
You absolutely Eddie George worst nightmare.
A lot of people forget, man. Before Eddie George retired, he stiffed on him, but Ray Lewis got his ass back.
Yeah.
So the leadership of Mahomes, which is surprising me, because this is what, his second year starting, third year in
the league,
and a lot of veterans are respecting him, unlike the boy up there in Cleveland. Like, I don't, and maybe it's just his production on the field that people are loving, but I just don't. It shocked me when I see people actually respecting what he's doing.
Man, that last week's drive, I don't know if you watched this, last game-winning drive when he was on the sideline giving that speech, the pump-up hype speech. We're going to go down, we're going to score. This is what we're going to do. The command he had of that sideline, of the huddle, of his offensive line, everybody, it was surprising, refreshing to see how people would take to him, seeing him develop as a leader.
For sure.
I was just like, this is what we passed up. Draft John Ross, who's now on the IR list. This is what the leader that we needed, that we passed up. So
honestly, that's his work ethic. A lot of people don't know, but like, it's his work ethic. He's one of those players that first one to come, last to leave,
for sure.
And then also put in extra time on top of that. So towards of like his players, towards of just not even in a sense being a veteran, it's just like everybody who's around him respects him because they see the work he put in. He see the bigger goal, that it's not just a me thing. It's not just a Kansas City thing. It's a whole pride thing. It's like it's the whole organization. You feel me? Like, it's not just us. Like, it's the fans as well. Like, so he understands that it's bigger. It's a bigger thing than just him. It's the love of the sport, and it's the love of what you do.
For sure.
So take pride in what you do. You feel me? You want to consider yourself a pro, and what is a pro? The short term is professional. Well, be a professional.
Exactly.
Take your career seriously.
A lot of it, or at least some of the credit should go to Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid brought that to the organization when he came from Philly to there. I mean, you saw the work he did with McNabb. I think you can see that flourishing within Mahomes, or like how he's progressing, his leadership styles, things like that. I want to commend, Coach Andy Reid, the coach there.
I hope he get a ring, man.
Definitely too, man.
And honestly, with him being a leader, he just understanding like that's what it is as a quarterback. Being a quarterback is just like being a point guard on the court. You're the general. You run it. You feel me? People gonna look up to you.
Your troops, yes sir.
Yes sir. So like,
I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead,
but in your opinion, and yours too, I'm not gonna chime in because in your opinion, is it Mahomes' character and his qualities that makes him, that sets him apart from Baker Mayfield, or is it Andy Reid?
It's honestly it's him. It's him, just because he's showing without Andy Reid there that like he's still doing this. You feel me? It's not like this is something like, oh, I gotta start doing this now. This is something he's been doing. So from the time he started with them, and you can see he didn't even start. So in a sense, he had to be humble. He had to learn. And for you to put in that work to become a starter, that means people around you saw the work you had to put in, because you're not just about to get that spot. It don't matter. It's for pros. You feel me? You're not about to just get that spot. You gotta earn it. So he's earned earned the right to be in that spot just based off his character, and his athleticism is just showing off of that talent beats practice. You feel me? So like if you put in the time to practice and develop your craft, this is what you do. Just like as a DJ, you practice mixing every day. No matter what you do, you spend an hour a day just to practice mixing. Well, you spend the time you do that, you put in the practice, put in the time, you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
So his skill is just built with it. So as a leader and as a player, he's developed at the same time, which a lot of pros do.
So,
I think it's a combo of both, honestly, with you, because name Baker's head coach, Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah.
What kind of, I mean, this is not a total knock on Freddie.
What kind of accolades that he have?
Exactly. What kind of accolades does Freddie Kitchens have as opposed to Andy Reid? Not only that, but I think this shows you his mentorship of how he is on his team, as opposed to Andy Reid, how he groomed Mahomes. Because like you said, Mahomes had the talent. He had to own his when he came to the league. It wasn't his job right away. He had to own it to get it from Alex Smith the next year.
Right.
Obviously, they saw something in Mahomes and say, yo, even though Alex Smith had us the best record in the AFC West, we're going to get rid of him because we see what this young buck got. And I think that's a lot to do with coaching, not only him and himself as well. He allowed that. He was willing to listen, own his own skills, put the time, put the work ethic in, which is why he has all his accolades now. Like, dude, like, it's so refreshing to see a young guy like this who some people didn't think he would be that good in the league.
Yeah.
And just see him own it. It's the same thing I could say for Lamar Jackson.
He came from
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, that's right. Texas
Yeah.
Tech. So I want to hit on this real quick. So Jay-Z booked the Super Bowl halftime performance. J-Lo and Shakira.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that?
I'm swinging to that man with the music influence. How you feel about that, man?
Hey, honestly, that's a legendary show for me. I'm a big fan of J-Lo and Shakira. They're definitely like grown, fine women. So in a sense, they're gonna definitely put on a show. Like, so I honestly I can't wait for it. And just knowing like the creativity between both of them, that's gonna be a dope mix, because now you got to see of what they're doing for the NFL. They're bringing in that Latin influence into it. Like, they're gonna bring a whole Latin flavor to it. So that's bringing in diversity into football. So I feel like that's gonna do great for the NFL, and it's gonna be a wonderful show. You feel me? Like, people doubted when Michael Jackson did the halftime show and killed it. Legendary. Same thing with Prince. Like, man, so like, and people doubted Bruno Mars and did a great show. So I honestly can't wait to see what J-Lo and Shakira has to put together, because I feel like it's gonna be too hot to be in the stadium.
I mean, we gotta know yours too. I mean, with you with the music background as well. I mean, what you think about that?
I think performance-wise it's dope, because J-Lo, she just got done being booked in Vegas for I think it was like a 2 or 3 year span. So I think it's dope. I think Shakira, she has always been known to put on a nice personal show and performance, and it's bringing sexy back. I think the last sexy performance was with Janet Jackson. And I think, and when I mean sexy because I think Katy Perry did, and that was boring. I don't even remember anybody else.
Hey, Madonna brought the sexy back to me, man.
Oh yeah. She did put on a nice. But I think a lot of people are judging Jay-Z because he's the head of the committee. But I think it's a interesting move. A lot of people are like, you're supposed to bring in black artists. Well, not necessarily, because it's all about the performance, right? And a lot of people are going to tune in. And let's be honest, it was there for culture, right? And J-Lo represents a culture, Shakira represents a culture, not our culture, but a culture that hasn't been exposed on this stage. So I'm not upset about it. I'm actually interested to see how it breaks down, and I think I'm with it. I couldn't be biased about it.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on to y'all's point, everything y'all said was absolutely true. Shout out to the women.
Yeah.
That's a big
shout out
movement
to
with the women front.
Yeah.
Shout out to the women.
2 big women powerhouses put up a halftime show.
For sure.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them.
For sure.
I can't wait.
So NBA rap battle, Shaq versus Dame
Have
Dollar.
y'all listened to these?
I listen.
Have y'all listened? Okay, I got. Who do y'all got first off?
I think Shaq killed him.
You got Shaq.
I'm with Shaq.
You got Shaq.
You got Dame Dollar. You
Dame Dollar,
lying, bro.
Bro,
How?
he said Shaq got blue chips. He got Space Jam. He said he couldn't get the rings without Kobe or Wade.
But none of that was true.
What you mean? You think you could have got the rings without Kobe or Wade?
Yeah, Kobe needed Shaq.
Yeah, it was the opposite.
Kobe,
Didn't he? Did it with Gasol?
he had Karl Malone, Steve Nash. No.
Nash was 40 when he went from the Suns. Karl Malone, they got beat by the Pistons. That's when they had GP.
But did they get a ring?
No. That's when they had Shaq. That's when they had Shaq. That's when they got rid of him. Bro, they had Gasol. They had Bynum.
Shaw.
They had...
When Lakers had that powerhouse, did they get a ring? No.
What's powerhouse?
The Malone, the Nash,
They didn't have Nash that year. Nash barely played with the Lakers.
It doesn't matter. They had him.
Y'all tripping,
Yeah,
bro.
man, you fooling.
Tripping, bro.
You could pull it up.
You tripping. Y'all are tripping.
You telling me without Shaq, Kobe would have got those rings?
Not all of them, but he did. But he proved it that he got it with Gasol and them. Did he not? Say he didn't. Say he didn't get with Gasol and Bynum. Exactly.
How many rings would he won without Shaq?
Not as many. I didn't say that. Not as many. But answer my question. Could he got it with that Wade? No. Could he got it? Silence.
No.
Silence.
I think you're right with that, Shaw.
I am right.
I think he was on a decline with Wade. However, he was still a dominant force.
He was. I'm not gonna argue that.
So, bro, you tripping? Ain't no way.
I'm not saying Shaq. I like Shaq's flow. We're talking about the flow, not the game. These were boys, but they were still.
It's facts.
But these were boys.
It's facts.
We all just laid down facts, right? We all just laid down facts.
You wrong.
You wrong. We all just laid down facts.
Kobe needed Shaq. Shaq did need Flash. I'm not gonna lie. Shaq did need Flash. I can't even say you halfway right. You are right. But anything that Dane was saying, Shaq killed him, bro. You tripping?
I had to give it to Shaq.
I like Dame Dollar. And this is what I love about it, though. We got differences of opinions. We're not going to always agree. We're just going to make a boring show if we always agree.
But you're wrong.
You ain't here for that. I humbly disagree that I'm right.
You humbly are wrong.
Dollar, man.
Dame Dollar, bro. I got Dame Dollar.
Two of us is right. The other one is you.
Right turn. Right turn.
So pop culture, man. We have a list that we
Oh
put
my
together.
goodness. So,
Go ahead.
bro, so we put this there because we saw all these lists, the top 50 rapper list, the Sports Illustrated list, the NFL list. So I've never seen lists like this. The top male father influencers through TV. So the list we put together is a compilation throughout our lifetime.
For sure.
As well as far, there's a few legends on there as well that you can't leave off.
Yeah, you cannot.
This is what we put together.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead and read them off?
Yeah. So this is
Start off at 25.
This is in order, 25 to 1. So Floyd Henderson is 25. We got Danny Tanner is 24. Sid. Now I know a lot of people don't remember, but Steve Harvey had a show, and Cedric was a definitely male. He was a mentor to two young men in that show, more so than Steve Harvey.
Oh, absolutely.
So Sid, I hate to put him at that low of a rank, but it is what it is. Next we have Alan Matthews, Ray Campbell from Sister Sister, which it honestly, he taught me how to be prepared for my daughter. And I sit there and I watch Sister Sister with my daughter now, and I'm just like, damn, like I see me acting like that with my daughter.
Do you remember these? I want to just know. You remember these? Okay. Okay. Because there's an age gap between us and all. So I just want to know.
So Flex Washington from 101, and he's another one that made me think about how to raise a daughter. I don't agree with a lot of his tactics, but the joy that he brings to raising his daughter.
Until you put him on your list, because we combined our list together, y'all. So until you put him, I was just like, damn, I forgot all about Flex. I remember I used to watch his show faithfully. So
and it wasn't just for him.
No, it was for Caleb. Was it Caleb Pratt?
Caleb Pratt, yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Next up is Wilson from Tool Time.
Oh, yeah.
He always spoke the truth. He wasn't a star on that one, but he always spoke the truth. He's like Sid. He always spoke the truth. He wasn't the main character. Andre Johnson from Blackish, which is he's funny and dope. Pops and everything.
Wayne Brothers, Boondocks.
Frank Mitchell from Moesha. Yeah. Fred Sanford, which I grew up watching.
That's what I was saying. You can't
forget about Sanford and Sons.
Of course, Mr. Feeney. He wasn't a dad, but he definitely was a role model. I wish I had a teacher.
I wish we had somebody like him growing up in high school.
Like he was dope. Uncle Junior from the Jamie Foxx show. Strong male influence. Steve Harvey from the Steve Harvey show is up next. Curtis Payne from House of Pain. I see me raising my son like they raised his. Just because I like to play with him. We play fight. It's just a lot of things that I see and making this this list. I'm just like, damn, I took this from this person, this from this person. George Jefferson. I grew up watching him too. Julius Rock from Everybody Hates Chris. I'm not like him, but I can definitely see every situation that he's in. I'm just like, you know what? I would do the same.
I was gonna say
exact.
I was gonna say
fucking thing.
bro.
Tim the Two-Man Taylor. We all know that. Michael Cal from My Wife and Kids. George Lopez, which was a funny, dope show that brought comedy and reality to it. That struck a chord with so many generations.
Definitely.
One that's a sleeper, a real sleeper, because he didn't have kids, but he was a teacher and a coach. Mr. Cooper.
I couldn't believe you left it off the list.
I did, bro. I forgot all about
Mr. Cooper.
Like I used to watch that every fucking morning.
Oh my gosh,
man.
bro.
Next up, the great Bernie Mac from Uncle Bernie.
Bernie. R.I.P. the great.
Yes. Carl Winslow from Family Matters. Cliff Huxtable. I know a lot of people were going to knock him, but that show hit home so hard. The Cosby Show was so dope. And then, of course, the great. Can't nobody beat him. Uncle Phil. So Uncle Phil always gonna be number one in my heart.
Uncle Phil is the GOAT.
Yeah. He the GOAT for sure.
Debated. I dare y'all.
Hey man, I heard one name I forgot to lift off the list, but the father from Smart Guy.
He Ford Henderson.
Oh,
that's
okay,
him.
I didn't hear it.
Yes, sir.
Ford Henderson. Yeah, that's that guy right there. He taught me a lot.
The only thing that I hate about it was such a slow. The show was so short.
It was short lived.
Like, that was a great show.
It was a good show.
Definitely. It helped me understand of like what it's like to be the younger sibling within the family, and mostly because like I am the younger sibling, so like, and it's just like it helped me cope and just understand of like how to get on my brother, but do it in a smart way. So definitely.
I liked him so much. If the show I think it was only on for like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But if it lasted a little bit longer, I think we would have seen how he raised the 3 children. I think it was 3, right?
It was 3.
Yeah.
It was a girl, a boy, and 2 boys and 1 girl. Yeah.
And I think we would have seen the blossom of that relationship. But it was just so short lived. I love that show. So that's our top 25. I don't think we left anybody off. Please feel free to tell us who we left off.
Can we take a picture of that?
I'm gonna do a graphic of it.
All right.
But I definitely love this list. I saw it when you hit me too. I'm just like, yeah, we can do that. Like, and I'm sitting here like, damn, this person.
I did the same, bro. Like, we were texting each other back and forth. I was like, bro, I'm at 18. It's like, oh man, because another thing like we throw in there dynamic too is like, should we include like cartoon characters, father figures? You know, like one that I could thought the right way is Master Splinter. Like, you know, like because he was a big influencer, you know, to his children as well. I mean, to us growing up. But so that was part of the debate and just like putting this compilation together. like, I just thought it was like, oh man, I can't believe I thought of that person. And man, yeah, they did play a role in my childhood, like seeing them on TV every single day.
Yeah.
So
I was what's his name from the Proud Family. Cause my daughter and I, we watched that too, and I'm just like, man, I can't think of his name. I
can't think of it.
But I was like, man, can we put him on there? And then I was just like, no, let me text Shaw.
You talking about Mr. Proud?
Yeah, Mr.
There we
Proud.
go. Yeah.
And then
Mr. Proud.
I was thinking about Hami from Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
And I'm just like, let me text y'all first.
I'm thinking, what's the guy from Curious George?
The man in the yellow hat.
Yeah,
yellow hat.
Yeah.
That's why another person I think is a good father figure.
Yeah.
We gonna do it. We gotta do it.
Because he shows you of like what it's like to raise like a little kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's among his figuratively, that's a child.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
the patience and everything.
The patience and the understanding of like to understand the world of like a kid's world is curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You live in curiosity until reality hits.
Yeah.
That's a dope look.
I had fun with this list. I took a lot away. So
I did too.
I got some great names on there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard putting it together though.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the Joker movie is out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's out, but I think it's coming.
It's out.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I was supposed to go see it today, but I got work. My boy hit me up talking about, do you want to go? But I got work tonight.
I've only seen previews and a few leaks that have been out there. So I guess we're going to put them in order.
Yeah. Or
do you want to just do who did the best?
We can put it in order, or it don't matter.
I guess let's put them in order from the list that we got. Who do you think, from top to bottom, who did the best Joker to the least?
Go ahead, brother.
Did you see the Jack Nicholson one?
No, I don't think I seen Jack Nicholson one, man. But honestly, I love all the Jokers. Okay. I'm a big Joker fan. So just like honestly, I feel, but the most current one to me did like the most obvious because in a sense he kind of like got really into the character. But like didn't lose his mind. But they gave like a remix to it. I love the remix to the Joker.
Which one? Are you talking about Jared Leto?
Yeah, I'm talking
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that one. So in a sense, it's just like giving the Joker like a whole solid silver grill, change up his whole towards of like mentality, and it's kind of like he not in a sense like if you look at the other Jokers, it's kind of like them motherfuckers just crazy. Like, nah, him it ain't like I'm crazy. Like nah, I'm psychotic. Like they more push towards of like this motherfucker just out of his mind completely, you feel me? And so I just love that new touch. And then he's one of the only Jokers I know that haven't killed himself yet. So I'm sorry to say that, but he got that guy, he just got lost too much into the character. And then plus I didn't really like the whole cutting of the mouth to extend, because that's not really like a comic thing. That's kind of like, that was just kind of like an animation type thing. So I loved how they new look, like they swagged him out. Yeah, I love that. The Millennium Joker. That's what I was going to say.
Millennium Joker. Okay, I got you. So with that, I don't know. So I just did it because the movie's out for Joker. I think I'm saying it right, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. So without seeing the movie yet, I can't really put him in there yet. But I guess mine, man, I'm gonna go with Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, just the thing he did in The Dark Knight. Yeah. I mean, it was just crazy, bro. Like, I like the Joker more than I do Batman. More than my favorite character probably throughout that whole thing was probably Alfred for me. Yeah. But just to see the dementedness, if that's a word, you know what I'm saying, that he had to go through to transform himself to understand the Joker's character. I just thought that was so dope, and unfortunately, kind of cost him his life. Yeah. But he was willing to go to that far dark into that character to pull him out and put him out on the big screen. I just thought he did a fantastic job with it. Yeah. I kind of agree with Heath Ledger. Jack Nicholson will always. That's just because it's a classic movie.
That's just a classic.
But Heath Ledger, it's funny that you put this on here, because I was watching a interview with Michael Jai White, and they were asking him how dark was Heath on the set, and he was like, Heath was perfect. Like, I hung out with Heath before and after the movie. He's like, I knew Heath before the movie. He was cast for the movie, and even afterwards, he was the same person. He said, yes, he did have to go look inward to pull this out. And they were like, was this character the cause of his death? He was like, I don't think so, personally, because I reached out to Heath, and he was the same person. He was actually doing another movie when he died. And he goes on to say that even on set before they would film, he knew that Michael was a comic book head, and he was like, am I doing this right? Am I standing correctly? Is this how you think Joker would look? And Michael Jai was like, listen, you're the character. Don't go off of me just because I like comics. You be the character. So he said that he in his thought, as I don't want to say they're friends, but as an associate, he thought Heath was healthy mentally. But I definitely like Heath. Jack will come in a close second, if not 1A.
I'll tell you.
So,
Thank you.
since you got on the shirt, brother, you want to introduce the next question?
Hey, I don't even know if it's a question. I am so excited. I hope y'all are too. That Sony and Marvel came to an agreement to do another Spider-Man movie, man. I was reading a couple articles that say that Tom Holland was actually a big advocate on why they came to this agreement, because I saw that he was actually going to do, I think, playing a television series for Marvel. I forget which character, but he was a big advocate for keeping a Spider-Man character on. So shout out to Tom Allen. Thank you for being a big advocate for doing that. And I look forward to these Spider-Man movies. These are so awesome.
Man, R.P. Stan Lee. That's all I gotta say. R.P. the great, the GOAT, Stan Lee. Yeah. Like honestly, that's another person I would put on my father figure list, man.
Oh man,
that's a good. That's a different.
Like Stan Lee. That's another person I would put on my list, because he, in a sense, he taught values through these characters.
For sure.
You feel me? Like, we wouldn't have these guys that we looked up to. And this is over, and y'all talking about generation gap. Well, he's in your generation, yours, and mine. You feel me? So, and it's just like seeing him pass, and then and them trying to continue. I just hope they continue to the originality, because I really don't like to see how things end. Not to sidetrack, but to go off like how the Avengers and the Endgame and everything was. Like, honestly, I just felt like they kept it, try to keep things to the originals of sense, and going to being a comic book person, I am too. I feel like a lot of these writers, they need to take time and
go through the time
and go and read and just take time period of, like, if you're gonna create to continue on this legacy, at least know where the hell you're coming from. So it might help you in your own journey.
It has to. I mean, it was written. They lasted the test of time for a reason.
I would love to see Venom and Spider-Man do something together, though.
Yeah, I kind of like that Venom movie. Was kind of, I think it was a production.
The only one I have not seen, and I know it's been out. I just never got to have the opportunity to see it. But
if they do a collab,
trailers. But I feel like that collab would be amazing.
Nice, yeah.
Just because of how they did Venom,
right?
Like, that would just be dope. Just like it, just somehow like Spider-Man comes into the insert that sucker somewhere, and I promise you it's gonna be live.
For sure.
Be something live.
They gotta make up for how they did it when Tobey Maguire was in there.
Oh man,
they gotta make up for that, because that was a poor way to. You can't do it from the '70s, so be Venom.
I definitely think that Sony finally got it right. Finally, because I every Spider-Man sucked up until this one. So I'm happy. I hope they keep this trend going. I love it. I want it to just keep going and going and going, even if they go on to a different universe, which I think they are.
There's 10 universes that he lives in, so it just all depends on which one they triggered. But one thing, Sony, can we actually get a black Spider-Man that's not animated?
No,
please,
I don't think they can do that.
Live action. Let's just. We might as well. You about to do that? You might as well make it a live action character.
I want them to, but who would play it?
See, honestly, I'm gonna go back to the original conversation and the original argument that Donald Glover should be Spider-Man.
But he was already in the Spider-Man.
They put him in that, but I honestly originally, just because he has just the characteristics of somebody who would turn into a.
You think he would adapt his body for that character?
Hey, you seen guys how it only took 6 months for the guy to change his body to Captain America.
Yeah.
It took the guy that did Hulk, that did Thor. He said 8 months.
8 months.
And the guy who did Aquaman, it took him like 4.5 to get in there, but he was somewhat already in shape. But still, that's not hard. That ain't,
I would love to see it.
I would love to see it in his form that he is, and to start it now, and then let him transfer his body, and then show towards of like what the radiation would do to him.
Yeah, sure.
Like that would be great.
I think if they do that and make Donald Glover the Spider-Man, it can't be, because in the comics he was a young boy, so it'd have to be a later process.
Or something like that. Or just bring it in a whole different character.
For sure. Man. Yeah. Let's talk Cincy. Shall you want to take that?
So with the current events with the Bongos, and the Reds not prospering like they should be, and ever since they gone professional, FC's been getting their ass whooped. So if we had to get rid of one of these professional teams, which team do you think the city would get rid of?
I think it'd be more easier to get rid of FC.
See, that's the thing, and I'm sorry to say this, but as I assume as a city vote, they're going to get rid of the Bengals easily, quick offhand. They're going to get rid of that. Soccer is an upgrowing sport.
I believe.
It is taken over.
I believe.
A lot. You feel me? Like, we've had it in America, but over Europe, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Now, the influence of that and those characters, like, and those people and how we're into it, like, now it's coming over here. And now it's evolving to where it's getting bigger and bigger. And as you can see, like, the city keeps setting records and records for attendance of it. So it's only going to get bigger.
I believe it.
So in a sense, I feel like they would get rid of the Bengals just to make room for that. And they're not going to get rid of the Cincinnati Reds, because that's supports of our foundation. We're the original first professional baseball team. So they're not going to get rid of that. The Bengals have not touched even
the
turf of the playoffs and done something, or even long it's been years since we touched the turf of a Super Bowl. So in a sense, I feel like it's going to be a quicker, easier rip of the Band-Aid to get rid of the Bengals and try to get rid of FC when they're just now starting.
I definitely see your point, and you do have a good case. I just think the fan base. Well, shit, never mind. The fan base
is crazy, because you got to remember the same people who are Bengals fans are FC fans. And what if you get rid of one, you only have a choice to support two. We wasn't supporting FC until they just came. So
I think you do have a good point.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because at least the Reds, they do semi good. They might have a terrible year, but the next year they bounce back. The Bengals haven't had a bounce back season yet. They haven't. Like, they haven't gone to where they're in the talks of, this could be a team for this year. This could be a team coming out of this side. This could be a contender in a sense, and they haven't had that. We've gotten top 1 division picks. We had AJ Green, Andy Dalton. We got number 1 picks. We have the same amount of players as any other team, the same amount of support and funding. What's stopping us from everybody else, right? They gonna get rid of y'all.
I'll say this: Mike Brown, I think, will die before
he leaves.
Yeah, before he lets this organization prosper.
I was talking to someone, and I was like, it's amazing to me that Cleveland moved to Baltimore, and somehow they got miraculously better. Like, the same team moved to Baltimore and got better. Like, how? So I forgot who I was talking to, but
that's so true.
So I want to hit on this real quick. I think we have enough time. Would you rather have an NBA team back in Cincinnati?
Towards like all the ones we have now, I would get rid of baseball for basketball.
I would absolutely love to have an NBA team back. I think it would be great for the city. I mean, the NBA is a prospering sport. We got the talent here in the city. A lot of talented hoopers in the city. I think it would be an awesome way to keep that talent here.
I remember when Atlanta was talking about selling their franchise, and I was just like, man, if we had a stadium to hold them.
Technically, we still do. Because the Cincinnati Royals Stadium is still there.
I thought they tore that down.
Well, the lot's still there.
Oh,
that's
well, yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
That's still the same amount of space you would need, honestly. But I would love to see something like that. But towards of like minor wise, we do have an organization that's come into Cincinnati. It's called Ohio Kings. And they're doing something with the I think it's the American Basketball Association, the ABA or something like that, and they're bringing something to the city. So hopefully that would get like in a sense of a running, or at least start something, or start the conversation of, well, let's look into this. Because if you brought in a professional soccer team, semi-pro that went professional within what, a year or two of being of this team. So what's stopping us? Like you said, we have the talent. We have major colleges that people recruit from. Is right here. What's stopping us from grabbing these players from UC, Xavier, people within the tri-state area, UA, UK, AK? Like we have a lot of colleges within the schools that within the area that. Yeah, if you're not a D1 off rip, like, well, you have this opportunity still at home, and that's gonna bring more. Economically, like resourcely and everything, it's just going to better the city. It's just another thing to put Cincinnati more on the map.
For sure, I agree. Hard Rock Cafe finally bought out Jack's Casinos. I want to take this because I actually work down there. I don't think a lot of things are going to change because I think the casino has to be in Cincinnati for like 5 to 10 years. Before they even allow them to renovate and buy property so that the hotels can be closer and they can bring out actually top performers. Because I remember when they brought out Kesha, it was a whole debacle of, well, we want her to be on site or near site, and they're like, no, you have to rent out the Millennium Hotel and blah blah blah. And the Millennium Hotel, if y'all not hip, Millennium Hotel is actually becoming ran down, and the owner doesn't want to do anything about it. So a lot of different businesses are thinking about buying the Millennium Hotel, which would be dope. I want to get on in that.
Yeah, I would definitely try to change that.
It's nowhere near the casino, and Cincinnati doesn't even allow stripping in the casino, and that's what Hard Rock Cafe is basically known for, is the strippers and the party life and all that. So I don't see it changing for another 10 years because I remember working there, and I was actually sitting next to the owner when it was Horseshoe, and he was just like, man, we can't do this, we can't do that, the city won't allow us to do this, we have to pay this in taxes, we have to pay our building, it's not like the stadium, the taxpayers don't pay for it, so we have to pay for it, and blah 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 blah, which is actually dope because we've been screwed so many times with the Bengals with their stadium. But it's just like, well, how are you gonna get revenue? You can't have this big party because you don't have the space yet, and you can't add on because the deal that you made. So I think the Hard Rock Cafe, if they stay, which I doubt that they do because they're not going to see any money in it, if they stay, eventually it will become a party casino like it's supposed to be. But that's so far down the line. So, what do you think, Sully?
I've actually never been to a Hard Rock Cafe, so I'm excited to try to experience it. Even when we were down in Vegas, we didn't get a chance to go down, which I wanted to. So I'm excited for it to come. I hope they spruce it up as much as saying sooner, so Hard Rock doesn't choose to leave and they choose to stay in the city. So they can get the full effect and get those artists in and things like that. So I'm happy that they're coming. Hopefully they stay. Y'all stay for a while. You got some class act strippers down the concepts for y'all. Just saying.
Des, what do you think? I'm not dealing with something wrong with him.
Well, for me, honestly, I've been to the one in Vegas. I love like the whole thing the Hard Rock Cafe stands for and like their history of it. I honestly think it's just one of those great things to bring into our city that's just going to make our city more out there on the map. I understand and I do know like the laws with that and stuff like that, man. I hope they can change that. You feel me? Like if Ohio can change the law on vaping, then you can change these laws and stuff like that. But there's always, you got to remember, there's always ways of trying to get around things.
For sure.
So hopefully maybe they might not be able to go with the original concept and the theme of hard rock, but maybe they might be able to do a twist off type thing. Feel me? Just to complement that, or just to even what's the word I'm trying to say? I can't even think of the word, but just to basically, you know, listen and try to follow by guidelines and regulations. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
I hope if they stay for, I don't know how long it is now. I think it's like 5 more years. But if they stay, they definitely will get their money's worth, because that will be one place that can actually restructure something, and they have the financials behind them. And then, of course, if you bring in live entertainment, which is so dry here. I remember when I was DJing, acts hated coming to Cincinnati because they have to dumb down their content. Like, even at the Riverbend, which is outside of city limits, they still had to downplay what they're doing. And I remember talking to B.O.B. when he came. He's like, man, this ain't even how I normally do my show. And then I was talking to A$AP Rocky before he actually got big. He was like, man, I can only have this amount of stuff on the stage. I can't have any pyros. I can't have...
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, and I'm like, we can't do pyro. That's retarded.
Crazy.
Like I said, like, just being in the industry, man, like, I've seen these performances, and like you said, they really do dumb down their performances. Like, anytime, like, for example, another big one, Chris Brown, anytime he comes, they only allow him a certain amount of speakers on set. There's only amount of televisions they can use on set, like, and it's just like, man, you're taking away from like those people's experience. And my whole thing is, if it's that big of an artist and you're that known, why are they not in U.S. Bank? Why are they not able to rent out the Bengal Stadium or something? Why are we not able to do that? Other places are able to. You got comedians, for example, Kevin Hart performed out and sold out the whole Eagle Stadium. He sold out the whole Eagle Stadium. Like, what do you not think? Like, that's revenue for them. Like, in a sense, like, they could do that here. You feel me? So
it's just crazy, because I remember when I went to the B.O.B. concert, and he was like, man, I had to run through the crowd. Like, my security hated the fact that I did that, but I had to dumb down my performance so much. It just felt like I was cheating y'all. And I think he said he had like 6 dancers on tour with him, but they only allowed 4 on stage. And I was just like, and then I remember someone was interviewing Wiz, and they was like, yeah, I'm gonna get fined because I was smoking on stage. But I'm just like, man, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy. I would never go to a performance in Cincinnati again, but
like I said, and honestly, as a person that do side promotion and I do promote, like, that's why we bring artists to club events. You feel me? Just because, it's not in a sense of full bigness, but you can still be who you are and still do your set to where you can give somebody a show, and it's not fully dumbed down. You don't have the dances on that, but you can be who you are. Like, for example, like, just recently, when Moneybagg Yo's and Wiz Khalifa was just here, we had the after party. You feel me? Like, he got fanned for smoking on stage and stuff like that, but like, when he came to us, like, smoke free. Go ahead. You feel me? And that's why more people prefer that. But a lot of artists don't like doing those, because you got to be a certain type of artist to be in those. That's real up there in those. And anything can happen. You feel me? So you got to be a certain type of artist to be able to even be in that environment. But if you are, it's a easy making money habit. You feel me? If I charge you 50,000, 60,000, that's for one show. But if I do 4 of them.
So let me just let y'all know what that is. That's the knock, because we try to keep our show within an hour, so y'all can view us for it within a good time limit. So we incorporated the wifey just to let us know, hey, it's time to get back to fatherhood, husbandhood life.
That's that wrap it up knock.
Exactly.
So let's hit on Denzel real quick. Let's just go ahead and get to it, man. DJing for self diploma. How does that feel? What got you into it?
Honestly, what really got me started, just to make it quick, I started DJing at the age of 12. I started down at Element Studios. It's a non-profit organization that teach young inner city students arts exits, what I call them. I call them art exits, because you can learn everything from audio to visuals to artwork and just being able to be creative and express yourself in any form of way you want to. So I picked up turntables, and not knowing that we have so many connections and stuff like that, but like my mentor DJ knows this is who he learned from, so that was pretty dope. And just like getting on with Self Diploma, that was honestly just me working and just honestly networking with those people. And when I finally got on stage, I was able to be an image for the city at a young age. I was about 14, 15 years old when this was happening, so I was just a preteen, and like the influence I had within the city, and like people coming up to me like, oh, I can't wait for Saturday, you about to be on stage, like I can't wait for your set. And it was just like really cool and like uplifted them to know like the thing I love to do with music is like it's real life affecting people, and I actually see the change I can bring in people's lives. So
yeah,
that was definitely dope.
We hit on a little bit, but I want to make sure that the viewers know you are in the military. Mm-hmm. What led you to join?
Honestly, what led me to join was my father. He's a big influence in my life. He's a big role model to me.
Shout out Mr. Brown.
Yeah, you know Mr. Brown. Like, so my father served. He did some time, and honestly, I just want to kind of like pay that respect back and kind of just like live on that legacy and have that keep going, just in the sense I'm not going to force it on my kids, but like it's an option, you feel me? I got bored with life. Being in the streets kind of was just not kicking with me no well, like, so I kind of just needed a hard kicking in the ass. Yeah. And honestly, I don't do well with authority, so I had to force myself, and that's the only way I knew how to do it. So, but honestly, it changed my life, and it was one of the great decisions I ever made. I met a lot of great guys, and I made a whole new family and sense like that. So
for sure. So moving forward, any advice you would give to people watching, aspiring DJ, and they're thinking about joining the military, just anything?
Just towards of like, if you're trying to get in the music industry, I honestly would tell you like pursue your dreams. Like listen to what people have to say, because a lot of people got a lot of great knowledge, but then some people is honestly just be BSing you. So you kind of honestly got to stick to your gut. Work at it every day, like whatever you want to do. When it was DJing, I would practice 2-3 hours a day after school, just practicing on my scratching, practicing on mixing, just making things perfect, because like I said, practice makes perfect. So whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to be a rapper, producer, singer, songwriter, whatever you do, keep working at it, believe in yourself, and honestly the talent is going to show. You put in the work, you're going to get better, and someone's going to notice you. So
for sure. All right, segment time, Brother Shaw.
All right, man. So we got two segments, two staples to our show that we always end with, Zell. So the first one is our newest one. It's called What You Looking At. So that is totally unscripted, not on a script at all. Things that are currently catching our eyes. So it can be a car, can be current news events, could be something to do with gaming, something in the movie, just something, anything that's catching your eye, holding your attention at the moment. And like I said, it's not scripted, so this is totally free form for us. So 3. Jamal Lee, what you looking at?
I'm looking at myself, dog. I went on vacation, and I think I shared it with you. I didn't share it with anybody else, but I was kind of sick coming back, and I'm just now getting over it. And for some reason, my body is aching, so I can't go to the gym. And I had a goal of what I wanted my body to look like by Halloween. And as y'all know, Halloween is damn near here, and my body is not there. I lost weight. I lost a little bit of muscle because I wasn't able to eat. And obviously I can't work out now because my body is beat. A lot of old injuries are coming back just from me being sick. So I wanted to look a certain way and fill out a certain costume because of that. So I think I'm gonna have to push it back to next year and then just get my body right throughout the year. But I'm just disappointed in myself and my what is that called?
Get back there, man.
My antibiotic.
Silly.
My immune system failed me.
Bro.
So, Zay, what you looking at?
Man, honestly, what I'm looking at is this whole, currently for me, what's got my attention is this whole little thing with Tiger and Kylie. Like, that's been running my social media all yesterday, today, and the day before that. Like, so I've just been looking at that. I think it's kind of funny just because of like Well, that's involving like 3 major people. You feel me? You got Travis Scott, you got Tiger, and you got Kylie Jenner. Like, and honestly, and just not knowing. And I hate it because, like, to other people that's entertainment, but to me that's kind of an invasion of privacy. You don't know what that could be. You feel me? Like, even though you might not be with you, but still we had moments we share. You feel me? I still have that sense of comfortability with you. Like, she could be going to him in a sense because like that's somebody that she only to talk to at the moment. You feel me? So like I just hate that invasion of privacy. That's just one thing that you just gotta understand of being a celebrity and being famous is that everyone's gonna want to know what's in your world. So that's kind of what I was looking at, man.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at this week. NBA preseason starting tonight.
Oh yeah.
So one of the stories that I think has gotten overlooked, you know, with the whole Melo thing and things like that, is like this is Vince Carter's last year.
Yeah.
Man, this is probably the greatest dunker of our time that we've seen in game dunk contest. The guy's 42 years old, bro. Still doing it. Still got
Still throwing it down.
He don't have the same house, but he still got hops.
Yeah, obviously. We still have the same house, boy. I need to drink what you drink. But man, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to see all the love he gets from the league, man. Shout out for Vince, what he's done for the league,
for sure. For the culture,
for the culture, for the USA team. When he dunked over that set, just cleared that 740. Remember that? One of the most iconic dunks that you'll ever see.
Yeah, I think he's better than Mike.
And Duncan,
and Duncan. I think he
better than Dominique. I think Vince is the best dunker of all time. So I can't wait to see what you do in your farewell season, Vince. Thank you for what you did for the game of basketball, and I look forward to seeing what you're gonna do, man.
For sure.
So to end the show, our staple segment since episode 1. You gonna have to come up with one, bro.
Man,
I know that's what you're looking for.
Can we pause it?
No!
Come on, man.
Well, you can look for it because I'm going to go to Zell.
All right. So, y'all. My bad, y'all. I don't have one.
It's the Hall Pass segment. Zell, do you know what the Hall Pass is? I'm going to ask you that first.
Man, I seen the movie. So,
Hall Pass, Zell, I'm going to just break it down for you, is consent from your significant other. If you have one, so this is unique for us because we have a significant other.
I got a girlfriend, so I got a little shorty too. So
you told me not to say that, so that's on you. So you have consent from your significant other to have relations if you have a chance to with another individual. So a lot of times it's celebrity figures, things like that, once in a lifetime opportunities. So Zell, since you are our guest this week, I'm gonna give you the first Hall Pass of the night. Who would you choose?
Ooh, who would I choose?
Anybody. It can even, we've had people choose comic book characters.
If it's like anybody. Ooh, that's a hard one, man. That's honestly a real big hard one because like I love so many things. There's so many of them. Like, but if I could choose like right now, for me, ooh, that's hard. That is really really hard. Like, just. Damn, I'm sorry. Can I
I'll go. So I had to go to the phone because I didn't have one. I totally forgot about this segment. I don't know how, but mine would be Dr. Cosplay. She's I don't know what type of doctor she is, but I think she's actual doctor. But she does.
You gonna tag her, right?
Yeah, man.
On Instagram, on social media.
Yeah,
not tag.
But man, she is. I love that shit, man, because I'm a nerd. And she did this one where she was dressed up as Spidey Gwen. And she was perched, and I'm just like, oh, why you doing it to me?
The little Asian girl that be dressing?
Nah, she black. Man, she was perched, and I'm just like, oh, man.
Because I follow this one girl, she's like a short little Asian girl.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I follow her.
She do the
I was going to
the anime joints.
I was going to follow one on her Instagram, but told me not to.
Oh no!
I didn't do it.
I can't. You can't do that, man. You can't. I'd be so scared. I'm like, man, I'm on my Instagram. I'd be so scared. Like, man, hold on, what the fuck? Oh no, I'm gonna mix it up.
They like our statuses. I have to. They like it and they follow.
They do.
So
who's your
so mine? I debated. I had a few of them in the phone, but I'm gonna go with a childhood one. Back from my days, Movie Players Club. Miss Lisa Ray, I think she's probably a classic one, man. Man, Miss Diamond.
Yeah.
And you know I got a thing for strippers, so
God,
like, it just felt right.
he said it
felt right.
right.
You know what you're talking about, the hard rock, it just felt right.
Oh my goodness, Sal, shut the fuck up.
Back to you, man.
You guys
So, honestly, so right now, if I had to choose, I would say Michelle Obama.
Oh, I went with
I would say Michelle.
Yeah, okay.
I love a strong, independent woman who is just not in a sense like mentally, but also like physically.
Yeah.
You feel me? And like I love black women with straight hair. Like I always thought I was gonna get with a girl from Texas. I swear to God, I love straight hair girls. But
that's
like,
what's up.
yeah, she got some really strong legs. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
So that's us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please follow us. The whole video will be posted up on our YouTube, Mix Space It Up 513. That's where you find this whole episode. If you're on social media, please follow us at mixitup.513. We post the topics and some subjects. Please like and subscribe to us. So we tell them where they can find us at and email us.
Also, if you have any segments that you'd like us to discuss or any topics that you'd like us to cover, please hit us up at our email at 513mixitup@gmail.com.
For sure.
Zell, man, I just want
thank
to
you
say,
so much.
Hey,
appreciate you coming through, bro.
Appreciate y'all
And
having
before
me
we
on the
end it, man,
show,
I just want to tell y'all this is little bro. Like, this is our little bro, man.
Yeah.
Hey, just to hear you speak and talk like this, man, it's so refreshing. It's so gratifying to see you just grow up like this, bro.
I'm
Keep it up.
for y'all to have
Keep
me on
it
the
up.
show, man. Like I said, I'm a big supporter. I watch our show every week, man. So it's honestly, it's like I'm kind of geeked out to be on the show. So
yeah, for sure. So thank you so much. We love you. Join us next week where we have episode 15 and you never know what's going to happen. We love you.
Peace.